Hey everybody, welcome back to the Julie and Jim Traber podcast. I am Jim Traber, along with my beautiful wife, Mrs. Julie Traber. How are you?
I'm really good today. How are you?
I am good.
Yeah.
Tripping out about the weather in this wonderful state.
You know, I was thinking today, last time we recorded the podcast, we were talking about how cold it had gotten again and how we'd had this crazy weather. We had more crazy weather. We had one of the windiest days that Oklahoma has ever seen. And that's hard to do,
it was
right?
incredible. Yeah,
I mean, semis were blowing over.
Yeah, all over the place.
It was crazy town, and it was cold.
Yep.
And then today it got up in the 80s.
And then the next couple of days are going to be 90, and then it looks like Saturday might be 100.
It's literally insane weather, but
It really
I'm loving
is.
it. The sun's out. It really wasn't very windy today. Just a pretty day.
We had a nice weekend.
We did. Let's talk about you. Winner, chicken dinner.
No, forget about that for a second. Let's just talk about like life. Fellas, listen to you. Listen to me closely, okay? I wouldn't say that I'm addicted to playing poker and like the games, but I really like to do it. And sometimes when Julie first met me, I was crazy. And I've gotten a lot better.
Well, I almost broke up with you after our first trip to Vegas
You weren't
together.
breaking up with me. Get out of here. Almost breaking up.
This
You weren't breaking
close.
up. Yeah, okay, this close. Get out of here.
Super close.
You knew the big fella was going to be yours. Stop it. Okay, but anyway, so what I've been doing is that when we go away, I try my best now to make it better for you because, you know, this woman's amazing. She goes to like Durant, Oklahoma and has nothing to do. And she'll go down to little shops and stuff and everything. Now, she will do some shopping. Now, she'll buy some things. And then she loves to be in her room, which is a good thing. You like being in a hotel room. But after a while, you know, there's just nothing to do. And I'm in there, you know, banging around the poker table.
I'm good for 2 days. I've noticed that's my limit of trying to keep myself busy.
Tell them about this weekend. So I had to get my MRI early Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday was a crazy day because we are never up that early. We were up at 5 to get you to the MRI. You have to take Valium because we've discussed this many times. You're claustrophobic.
I can't get in that MRI machine.
And so then I brought you home, got you in bed. I was going to go do some things. And then I was like, you know what am I doing?
I know.
So I just crawled in bed with you and fell asleep.
And we had a really good about 2-hour nap.
We got a 2-hour nap in. And
then we drove to Tulsa, and I played a satellite. A satellite is when you try to get in because the main event up there is a little bit more expensive. And I had it going well, and I got knocked out. So I just told Julie, I said, I'm not doing anything else tonight. I'm taking you out to dinner. Yeah. And we went to a place that we love in Tulsa. It's called Te Amo.
Te Amo. If you're ever in Tulsa, it's just old school Italian.
It is. It really.
But we haven't had a bad.
It's one of those places where the waitresses are like 60 years old and they've been there forever. And their veal is out of this world.
But we have not had a bad meal there.
No, everything we've had is great there. What did you have? You had raviolis,
I got ravioli, and she called it a rose sauce.
Because it was combination of white and red.
But
and it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was delicious. And then what did we get as an appetizer? Because that was
Did we get something
crazy
appetizer?
good.
What did we get? I can't remember what we got.
You
for
got some cheese sticks or something.
Did I?
Which were ridiculously good.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
but it was good.
It was like cheese bread, but they looked like
cheese
sticks.
Cheese bread. Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, everything was delicious. That was lovely.
And so we had a great dinner, and then we went back to the hotel room, and we had a nice time watching the show and everything.
Yep.
And then got up the next morning. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the weekend before, you might remember, I finished 4th in the senior event for us old guys. But this is not the old guys. This is all of them. There's professionals. They're young. They're 21 years old.
People come from all over the country.
All over the country to play in the World Series of Poker. So we had 400, I think, between the 2 days, we had like 440 people. It's over $1 million guarantee. And I bagged chips. So that means that Friday night, late, I put chips in the bag to come back on Saturday. Saturday to Sunday. So one day Friday, one day Saturday, then everybody bagged chips, come back on Sunday. Well, I had 505,000 in chips, which was a really nice number. Turns out, make a long story short, I come back on Sunday, and you drove home, and this is when that wind was starting crazy.
It was bad.
And I just was rolling and rolling and rolling, and just kept going. and I finished 11th out of 400 and something. First place, ladies and gentlemen, 142,000. And I couldn't get it because I really, really felt like I was going to win this thing. I did. I had such a good feeling.
You were so close to that final table.
I know. I finished 11th, and 10 they go to the final table. But 2 weekends in a row, we made money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And now I told Julie, I said, well, Julie, when you're playing well, you got to keep it going. And so now in a couple weekends, we're going to go down to Dallas and play in a big tournament.
That's right.
But I want to thank you for all that, because I'm telling you, there aren't many women that would put it. Matter of fact, a lot of the guys we know, their wives don't go, do they?
No. I asked them if their wives are here when I talk to them, and they're like, no, I wish she would come. But
see, you come every time.
I try. We had that one weekend where I was like, I'm out. And then you had a seizure on me. And that was a nightmare. So now I'm afraid to let you go without me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
You're
a little
afraid?
bit.
Is it really?
No, I don't like to sleep separately from you.
Right.
I like to be with you.
I don't like being by myself either. I don't know. I can't do anything. I mean, as we've told y'all before, I can't put my socks and shoes on. So for this trip, we brought
Your Crocs.
my Crocs in case, because it rolled over to Monday. Now, you were going to come back up on Monday, though, right?
Well, I had told you that if you made the final table and got down close, that I would drive back and spend the night with you.
Yeah.
But I really didn't want to with that wind going on. I was a little nervous.
Well, then I drove home after I did it, and it was like 9:30 or 10. And I mean, in all the years I've been driving, that was the worst wind I've ever driven in. And every time I passed a semi, I thought to myself, it's going to fall right on top of me, and I'm going to be dead.
There were semis tipping over all over.
Oh, no doubt. Yep, just blowing
it's
right
nerve-wracking.
over.
But even when I was driving, it would literally, you'd be driving, and it would just take your car and move it.
It just moves you around. We had gusts, ladies and gentlemen, of 70 and 80 degrees. I mean, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you all understand what it's like here. You guys I remember when I played golf in Phoenix with my buddy, some of the dudes I used to play with when I was with the Diamondbacks, and we wake up really early because it was 1 billion degrees outside, and we'd get to the course at like 5:30, and the sun was already up, at 5:30, and I'd start to go get ready to hit balls, and one of the guys would go, maybe we should just stay inside today and just play gin. It's I said, what? Wind's blowing like 15 miles an hour, and I knew I was taking their money that day. Because they were afraid of 15 miles an hour. And in Oklahoma, if you don't play in 15-mile-an-hour wind, you're never playing.
You wouldn't play.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's interesting because a lot of Oklahoma golfers do well.
The professionals.
The professionals. Yep. Because, you have to play in just insane
that's exactly
weather.
Right. My boy Bob Tway used to do that. My boy Bob Tway, who won a major, he used to tell me he'd go out, and when the wind was blowing, he'd look at everybody, and they'd be talking with their caddies, and he would go, I know I'm going to do good against these dudes today. Yeah. Willie Wood, Verplank, all those old guys.
You definitely have an advantage. Yeah, you do.
Sure. That's why a lot of players come to Oklahoma and play golf.
Yeah.
You and OSU are really, really good in golf, and you play the worst elements you can, and then you're ready for them. So, it's but that wind, I don't know how you would have played golf.
Oh, no.
The ball would have ended up somewhere where you don't even know where it is.
No, this was, even for Oklahoma standards, you just wanted to stay inside.
But isn't it fun to
relentless. Win? It's so much fun.
Fat Jack used to say this on my show all the time. It's a great saying. He would say, your wife is not mad at you because you're gambling. Your wife is mad at you because you're losing.
That's right. It's not the gambling she hates. It's the losing.
It's the losing that she hates. So if you gamble and win, she's fine. But it's hard.
It's a funny saying, but that's not exactly true.
If you went and gambled like crazy.
It might be all the time you're gone, because it is a time-consuming deal.
Yeah, but golf, you're right. Golf used to be over 4 hours every time I played. These tournaments go long now.
They go long.
Like I started at 11 o'clock in the morning, and we bagged chips at like midnight. So, that's 13 hours.
Well, I think it's super impressive. Because talking about how long they are, especially in a tournament like that. I feel like in the seniors event, it's pretty evenly.
We're all old.
Everybody's old. And so playing that long at such intensity is a struggle for everybody especially when you get into the second day. You know what I mean? It starts getting to be a chore.
And like that one I played in Vegas, man, I went to the 4th day.
Yeah. So I feel like, though, in the seniors event, okay, everybody feels that way. Everybody's worn out. But I would say with you playing in the main event like that, You deserve a pat on the back for that.
Listen to me. I'm very proud of the way my poker has gone here lately. People will remember that just literally a couple months ago, a month and a half ago, it was not going well.
Jim was going to give up poker forever.
Well, I've said that many times.
I know.
I was going to give up golf a lot too. Remember, I put my putter in the back of my truck and let it sit there.
You would punish him.
Yeah, punish my putter.
Your putter.
But no, listen, I just love playing against people in that. And when you win, it's wonderful. Although I will tell you, even though I went all the way down to a number 11, I was still a little disappointed because I felt like I was going to win the thing.
I know.
What if I come home and
way.
after winning 142 grand?
We would be celebrating. We'd be going somewhere fun.
Yes, we would.
Yeah, we would be celebrating. But no, I'm really proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Now, I have a serious question I want to ask you.
Okay.
Did you catch any of the Oscars on Sunday night?
What do you think?
No.
I wouldn't watch the Oscars if you paid me to watch the Oscars. I mean, I just think that these people, these Hollywood people, are just ridiculous nowadays. They really
they're
are.
a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jay, did you watch the Oscars?
Heck no. Did you watch it?
I did not.
Yeah.
You know what's
Somebody
funny?
said this is the worst group of movies ever.
So I have them for you.
Oh, do you really?
I have the movies for you. Because
Is that what we're doing today?
I used to get into the Oscars. I've always liked to see what people were wearing just for fun.
Of course you did.
But no, we used to watch a lot of movies. I love movies, right?
I love movies too.
And so we would get a little bit invested. I remember the year that Fargo came out.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. We had watched a lot of the movies in that whole thing. So you get a little bit invested and you're rooting for your favorite movie. And so I would have fun with that. But yeah, it's just gotten to where what has happened to movies? So here's the list
What's
of
happened
movies.
to Hollywood?
Lugnut's trying to call us. He's being relentless.
Okay.
Okay. One Battle After Another.
That one, right?
That one.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Sinners. You've seen that one.
I've seen a lot about the Sinners.
We didn't see the movie.
No,
We've seen the previews for that one. Hamnet.
What?
Hamnet.
I don't even know what that is.
Begonia. The Secret Agent. Sentimental Value. Frankenstein. Marty Supreme. Train Dreams. And F1.
Well, Marty Supreme's that one about the ping pong player with the guy that I like.
Okay.
And of course, F1 we saw.
F1.
And I loved F1.
So out of all of the movies that were up,
we watched one.
We watched
one
of them.
Do you remember when we used, well, first of all, they got 10 of them now. It used to be 5. I mean, they made it like ridiculous.
It does seem...
But do you remember when we used to, before the Oscars, go watch the movie, watch them?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we would go see the movies.
Purposely watch them so we would know which one. How things have changed.
Yeah, because when you were talking about how in Tulsa we went back to our room, and it used to be my favorite thing when I'd get you back in the hotel room and we could rent a movie. You and I were going through the movies and there wasn't a single one we wanted to watch.
I know.
And then we got all excited because they had Amazon Prime and we could watch our show. We could just stream our show.
We put our show on and we went with it. Yeah.
And we were just as happy. But no, I thought that I was like, wow, things have just really changed. I do think that the streaming services and all of that has just...
COVID and streaming.
It's kind of made movies irrelevant. Like these
they
big
come
box
out now
office...
streaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I still love to go to a movie theater just for the ices and the snacks.
I do too.
I like to see it on the big screen. But
where would we go now? Twice a year, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times a year?
It's sad.
We used to go once a month.
Well, I go more than you because I'll take the kids.
Oh, you'll take the kids, yeah.
To see movies. And they're the same way. They go for the snacks as well.
Right.
They like to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll be the only people in the theater sometimes.
We don't like to make this show real political all the time. I think everybody kind of knows at all. But I think everybody realizes that we're fairly conservative people. But it just bothers the heck out of me. Who was it that said that line that we just loved?
I think it was Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, who, by the way, is a great actor. If you haven't watched, what's it called? Help me. About the oil.
Landman.
Landman. If you haven't watched Landman, people, you need to watch it. But he came out and basically said, you want to go ahead and say, you repeat it.
I don't know exactly. This is not verbatim, but it was essentially like, I feel like all the actors and actresses need to just stop with their political rants that they give. Nobody cares. Just read your line.
He said, most of y'all haven't even finished high school.
Well, he was just like, what qualifies you to speak on the affairs of the world? Like that makes you, what you have to say relevant. And I completely agree on that.
Exactly.
I don't, but I feel that way about Facebook too. You know what I mean? Like a Facebook rant is not going to make me change my opinion. And a Hollywood actor's rant is just more than likely going to make me.
Well, you know what's sad?
Hold on, I'm going to finish my thought. It's going to make me not want to see the movie, right?
Right, but you know what's sad?
What?
There are people out there that if a Hollywood star says something, that they'll agree with it or believe it or maybe
I think maybe less so than it used to be.
Maybe less so.
I think they have less influence, maybe, but we're watching for entertainment. Your boss told you that a long time ago. He was like, don't get into stuff. People listen to sports kind of as an escape, right? And that's how I feel about movies. I want to believe that you're this character. I don't want to know what your stance is on a political issue that's going on.
I'm with you.
So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. But I will say, I still do like the follow-up on what everybody was wearing. I do like.
Did you see anything good?
Who wore it best, kind of thing.
Anybody wearing anything good?
You know, in the pictures that I saw, Nicole Kidman looked beautiful, which good for her because her husband left her this year. So.
How long have they've been married a long time,
like 19 years or something. So I always am like, you go, girl. She looked awesome.
So Nicole Kidman was messing around with Tom Cruise in that movie where they came from Ireland.
They were married. Yeah.
Right. What was the name of that movie? What was it?
Far and Away.
Far and Away. Thank you very much, Jay. Yeah. And they fell in love in that movie and then they got married. No.
He saw her in another one. I can't remember the name of it. And I saw this when it was a scary movie, and he saw her in that, and he said he wanted her in a movie. And I think it was wasn't their first movie together where he was the race car driver? Jay's going to look it up. Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
I think that's the one. And then Far and Away came.
And then they were in that one. You're right. Yeah. But then they broke up, and then of course she decided
she's gone on to become a superstar.
And she married the guy Keith Urban. But now they're apart. They're gone.
They're getting a divorce. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, she had a revenge dress on. She looked awesome.
Okay,
so
I can't.
I was happy for her.
Talk about that.
But listen, I brought this up because I had a cute story. I brought up the Oscars to tell you.
Okay.
Do you know who Michael B. Jordan is?
Of course I do, yeah.
He's an awesome actor.
Great actor.
So I guess he was up for Best Actor and won Best Actor for the movie Sinners, which we did not see.
Right.
But I do love him. But I loved this about him. The story came out that he took his date to In-N-Out.
I saw the picture. He's sitting there. There's people all around him, and he's killing In-N-Out.
And I was like, that is the most relatable thing ever. Because you know they're going to have terrible food. And it's going to be long and drawn out. And they just went and got a good In-N-Out burger beforehand.
When I saw that, I thought that made me like him even more.
Absolutely. I knew you would love that.
He's a really good actor.
It's the most relatable thing ever.
I saw it, and there were a bunch of bodyguards and stuff standing around him and stuff.
And he was all dressed up.
And there were all these people that were like going yelling.
Your luck is you'd be all dressed up and then drop the
I would drop something on there.
The secret sauce all over your suit.
I would definitely drop something on it. No doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, let's talk real quick about my man, J.R. Holmesy. He is one of the best lawyers ever, one of the top 10 lawyers here in Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma.
Patsy's birthday. Patsy, his beautiful wife, is today.
Happy birthday to his wonderful wife, Patsy. But he is a personal injury lawyer, and he helped us immensely when we had our car accident. Julie still has pain, but boy, JR really, really helped you a lot, didn't he? 3 years in May, it's going to be since our accident. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy. But yeah, if you really want a guy who's going to take care of you, we hope you don't need him, but if you do, 405-524-1011, 405-524-1011. Tell him we sent you. If you know somebody else that needs a lawyer, he's the man. J.R. Holmesy and Associates. Now, before we talk about our main thing, we got one more thing we got to talk about. Okay. What is that? We're at a hotel this weekend for the poker, and we're walking down the hallway, okay? And in the weight room
You have to walk by the workout facility.
That's right. You work right by, and it's all windows, and you can see everything. And I'm just walking, and I think it was the morning, I think, before I was going to go play poker. And I'm walking down the hallway, and Julie goes, "Wow, look at that!" And I'm like, "Look," and so I'm already past the room, so I can't see what she's saying. She goes, "I think there's two twins in there, and they're riding on the bicycle."
They must be identical twins. It's so weird because they even work out exactly the same.
That's right. So I moved back. It was a mirror. Okay? There was a mirror on the side so you could see two people riding. She thought two twins were riding in the day. By the way, their legs exactly the same.
They're in sync. I was like, that is I was like, wow.
I almost fell on the ground. That was unbelievable. That's one of the dumbest things you've ever done since we've been together. You know it too, Jewel. After it's over, you were saying to me, "Wow, that's ridiculous." There are two twins in there. Look
I was like, they're just in sync. I was literally standing there like, whoa.
Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I love that. I had to bring it up.
Thanks for bringing that up, sweetie.
You know it was funny. You know it was funny. It was hilarious.
Yeah, you were like, "Joel, get over here."
And I just walked over and said, "Joel, come here. It's a mirror." You see, they're sitting over near the mirror.
Yeah, that was one of the most airheaded things I've ever done.
Now, we're getting up in the morning and going to breakfast and stuff.
I had not had coffee, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of excuse, but it is hilarious. I laughed so hard. I was playing poker later, and I just remembered it.
And started laughing.
Had a little chuckle.
Started giggling.
Yep, I sure did.
Oh, jeepers.
Good stuff.
Well,
I had to throw that in there. So.
Thanks for bringing that up,
All right, what do you
sweetie.
got today, Jewel? What do you got?
So today is one of those hodgepodge days.
Hodgepodge, oleo.
You know, I like to put into a little folder that I have things that make me go,
Okay.
And I love to bring them out occasionally in the podcast because I have your full attention. There's no TV.
Okay.
Well, I think so. I got this curl that keeps tickling my face. So I just want to throw some of these out there. It's things that I read and I'm like, that's super interesting.
Okay. Speaking of curls, by the way, if you're not following us, at Jim Traber on Instagram, at Jim Traber, to see our little grandbaby with her curls.
Have you put a new one on lately?
I don't think I put one on lately, but oh my gosh, we'll put one up. We'll put one up this week.
You need to add one.
My gosh, her hair is incredible.
If we do say so ourselves, she is.
What is up with that hair of hers?
It's so funny because
Courtney parted it the other day.
She doesn't though. We were FaceTiming Chelsea today. Or Chelsea was here and we were FaceTiming with Nora. And Chelsea goes, "You just always have her dressed so cute and so fixed up." And Courtney just laughed. She goes, "I really don't. I think it's just because her hair, literally, she wakes up with her hair perfect." And she said, "I just stick a bow in it. So it looks like I did something to it, but I didn't. It's just however her hair falls that morning."
Her hair is a trip.
It is so beautiful.
I can't wait to see what she's going to be at like 2 years old and 3 years old.
I don't know,
and 4
but
years old.
she's at a fun age. I can't wait to see her. She just giggles out loud.
And
like
she loves
laughs.
her Big Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. So we have this sweet video that Courtney sent the other day. Courtney had this, if you guys don't know about this and you've got
Pretty
little
cool.
ones, you need to do this. You can create a book that is just pictures of the family.
Like if you're far away from your family and stuff.
You know, Calvin and Clyde had that here and they weren't far away and they would look at that every night. They would look at us.
And say, "Who's that?" And
Yes,
everything else.
yes. And anyway, so Courtney did that for Nora, for her family, for extended family. And the other day we got a video and she was just sitting in her car seat. They were riding somewhere and she was just really studying Caitlin's husband, Uncle Bert.
Yeah, Albert.
The kids are fascinated with Uncle Bert.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was telling Courtney today, I said, "Yeah, that was so cute." I said, "Your dad was sad." He said, "I wish she was looking at my picture like that." And Courtney said, "She was today. On the drive today, she had Big Daddy's picture out.
Really?
The one of you and her together."
Oh.
And she said she looked at it the longest time.
Oh, that makes me feel so
I
good.
said, "Oh, that's going to make his day."
The one great thing about my voice is that kids remember my voice, not just because it's loud, because it's kind of unique, you know? And she does. The other day, you were FaceTiming, and I was way across the room, and I was like, "Nora!" And she was like,
She got so excited.
started looking for me. So we're
Yeah.
going up in May to see her.
Yes.
I can't wait to see that little thing. She is the most adorable thing. And whenever she FaceTimes, she has to stand up, doesn't she?
She's
she pulls
showing
herself
off.
just to show,
Yeah,
look.
she shows off.
And she's not even a year old yet.
Yeah.
She's going to be walking soon.
She's a big girl. She's got to learn to balance that weight, that head.
She is a big girl.
All of my kids had abnormally large heads. They were always in the 90th percentile for head circumference.
Yeah.
And Nora is in the 90th percentile.
She's got a big head. There's no doubt about it.
She hasn't grown into her head yet.
But our girls, all their heads are perfect now.
They look normal on their body now. But they always had trouble finding hats.
This redhead is just, I've never seen a baby like this. I really didn't. I've never seen a baby like this.
She's adorable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, it's fun to have grandbabies.
Okay, so are you ready for the first thing?
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's so deep.
Let's do it.
I need you to really concentrate.
Okay, I'm concentrating.
Okay. I read this the other day and I was like, but here it is. The potential you see in other people isn't real. It's the projection of what you would do in their position. Do you need me to repeat that?
So when you look at somebody and you think of their potential, the reason why you're doing that is because if you were them, that's where you think you could go.
Right. So you just look and you go, I think that person has a lot of potential. But this person that was writing this was essentially saying that's not true. It's you projecting what you would do if you were in their position, right? You see that. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I mean, I thought that's interesting because
I don't know if I totally agree with that. I look at people and think they're a potential. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, I know. But I think you do put yourself like, if I were in their shoes, this is what I would do with that talent.
I do that, sure, yeah.
Or I would do with that opportunity.
I do that in sports all the time. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But
so I can see that a little bit.
Do you do it?
Well, since I read that, I really thought about it a lot. Like, what do I think about that?
You got any examples?
And I can see that that's probably what we do. Mm-hmm. Like, especially for young people. Mm-hmm. For our own children, right? We see that a lot where parents are like really pushing them in sports, athletics, academically, because they want them to get a scholarship. They want them to be successful. And,
right.
And it's really, we sometimes say they're living vicariously through their children.
Yeah, that drives me crazy.
I mean, you do want what's best for your kids. You want them to have a wonderful life. But sometimes as parents, we don't always listen to what our kids want or pay attention to what their strengths are necessarily. We're shoving them into the area that we think they need to go. So I can see some of that, but I would say this, when I spoke at Mr. Fowler's funeral, I know I've brought him up so many times. One of the things that I said about him in the funeral, I don't know if you remember this, but I said his gift was like his special gift is he loved to pick out people that he thought had potential and he would give them opportunity. And those are two very different things. He wouldn't hand anything to you. He would just say, I see a spark in that person. I see something different about that person. Luckily, I was one of the people that he saw something in. But it was funny, after the funeral, so many people came up to me and said, that right there meant something huge to me because he did that for me.
Yep.
But he didn't hand you anything. Like you had to work for it. But he would see your potential and then he would give you opportunity.
And then if you took advantage of the opportunity,
he would give you more opportunity.
He would give you, then it was, okay, this dude or woman is good. Yeah.
But he would give you more opportunity and you had to prove it.
Right.
So I don't think that I fully believe that, you know what I mean? Like, that, because I don't think that's what he was doing. I think he had somebody in his life that poured into him and gave him opportunity. Mm-hmm. And that was his way of giving back. Like he did that for other people. And truly that was fulfilling for him. Like he liked to do that. That was one of his favorite things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he got burned. He got burned sometimes.
I've done a little bit of that in my business now of radio.
Yes.
I bring, like, if whoever comes in to be my producer, I tell them when they start, I don't want you sitting in that chair forever.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you in to show what you can do, run the show well, do the right things, basically what I want you to do. And then somebody here or another station may see you, and that's what I want for you. I don't want you to just be my board op and my producer.
Right.
And so I've done a little bit of that with some people. Some of them are working other jobs now. It didn't work out. Some of them have gotten some better things. So
Right.
I love that about Mr. Fowler. You're right. He gave you an incredible opportunity. And then as you went along, not only did he give you more opportunity, but he raised your salary because he figured out how good you were. And see, that's when you start getting better, right?
Right. Yeah. But I think
But
that
I agree with you. I don't think the statement you made is totally true.
It's not totally false. It's not totally true.
Exactly.
But it's something that I think we all need to be aware of and maybe do a better job of bringing out the potential, in our kids and our grandkids without making it about us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of giving opportunity. And I think that's probably where most people struggle is you're trying to push them in the direction that if you had been in their shoes, this is what I would do.
Right.
If I had the do-over again, I would do it differently.
Yeah.
And I think I can see where that might be true.
I'm with you.
You agree with that?
Yep, I do. Yep, definitely.
Okay. Nothing else to add on that.
No, I basically think we're on the same page. Like I said, I don't think that statement is perfectly true, but it's the basis of the truth of what I'm trying, of what you said about with Mr. Fowler and what I've done with some people too. I don't know if I see, I believe that anybody that does a job like me, I think if I was doing their job, I'd be great at it, but that's not the reason why I look at them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But no, I'm saying, what do you think about the kid angle?
You mean kids in your family?
Yeah.
Like your
children? Or, yeah.
Well, here's an interesting point. It's going to be a little bit off, but you know how I go on tangents. I think that we were raised, me especially because I'm older than you, I think I was raised in such a different world than there is now that I don't think the things that my dad did to me and things, I don't think you can do them that much anymore. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I just think that the world is different. I mean, my dad, he was tough on me. Not a lot of parents do that anymore nowadays. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I just think they do it differently. I feel like a lot of parents are like, well, I want you to focus on this
Too
sport,
much, yeah.
or I want you to focus on.
Well, my dad never lived his life vicariously through me.
No, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm saying, do you find that parents do that a lot?
Oh, it's horrible.
Where that's where you're like, you have so much potential and I want you try to guide them in that direction. And that's sometimes maybe something to do with them internally.
Right.
Or do you think that's just, honestly, I just want what's best for them?
Well, it can be either way. It's not everybody's the same way. I think
true.
there's a lot of parents out there that obviously want the best for their children. I also think there's a lot of parents out there that couldn't make it and they want their kid to make it so that they can live through them. I think there's a lot of that in sports. It's terrible.
I think
is.
I probably saw it more in sports.
It's definitely, that's my life, basically. So I talk about it through sports.
Well, even our girls. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think a lot of parents are struggling to get, and I get it because college is expensive, but there's such pressure on them to try to get a scholarship or to get help with college that it almost takes the fun out of sports and,
Well, and then what happens, I've told the story many, many times on the radio about the guy that I grew up with. When you're a parent that pushes you too hard, well, then you're gonna lose kids that can really play. And this kid was my friend, Gary O'Mara was his name, and he was a tremendous baseball player. And his dad pushed probably about 10 times harder than my dad. And he didn't love it as much as I did. You could have done anything to me, and I was just going to keep on going. But Gary was a little bit more sensitive, and his junior year in high school, he said, I'm not playing baseball anymore, and his dad wanted to beat him up. And next thing you know, I used to see him out with the freaks, like we used to call him. He was like smoking and stuff.
Huh.
And that's the life he went. Now, he became had a really good job down the road and everything, but the dude could play.
That was probably, some rebellion of.
No doubt.
I'm tired of the intensity of it.
I'm tired of you wearing me out, yeah.
Yeah, in high school, this is from the girls' side of things, right? At a public high school here, Chelsea was on the pom team. And that was, that's its own little world. So it's its
crazy
own
world.
Intense, crazy, highly competitive, cliquish. It was all the things.
It was, yeah.
And some of these girls had been in dance since they could walk, right? And spent so much money on costumes and dance and all that. And Chelsea made the team. And they ended up, she made it her 9th grade year, 10th, 11th grade, they won national championship. So it was a huge deal.
Yeah, it was.
And then her senior year in high school, she said, I think I'm going to quit pom. I don't think I'm going to do it this year because I really would love to be in a musical. And unfortunately, it wasn't like you when you went to high school where you could do everything. If you were on the pom team, you could not do anything else.
Which is a whole nother podcast about how disgusting that is
it's
to me.
really
But go
unfortunate.
ahead. Hate it.
But you and I were both like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't like, no, you got to keep doing pom. No.
But it was shocking. Her best friends blew her off.
Yep. She's no longer in the clique.
The moms were like, I cannot believe that you're going to let her hang out with the theater kids. I mean, it was just so frowned upon.
I loved it, though, because I love theater.
You love theater. But it was kind of bittersweet because all of her friends, it was kind of like they just shut it off. Like, oh, you're not on pom anymore. You're not cool anymore. And so she suddenly had this whole new group of friends her senior year. And we got to see her perform in her play.
West Side Story?
She did West Side Story. She did Oklahoma, too.
Uh-huh.
And that ended up directing where she went after that. She ended up at Oklahoma City University because of that. She ended up in New York because of that.
And then they started a pom team at Oklahoma City University, and she tried out and got us about $3,000 off.
She ended up
each
getting
semester.
a scholarship.
We got a scholarship
at Oklahoma
City.
City.
We were like, woo, go girl.
But my point is that I think a lot of parents would have said, no, you're not quitting pom. We put so much money and effort into this dance thing.
Yeah.
And my thoughts was always, what are you going to do with dance? Like, where is this going? What?
You were really good. I mean, I've said this before. I think you should teach a class for parents, especially with girls. But I think you should teach a class because the way you handle things was just beyond belief with them. I mean, and there were some tough times because everybody's got hormones flowing and everything like that.
But no, where I was going with that was really not to pat myself on the back, but just that Chelsea was wise enough to go, I kind of want to try something new. Yeah. I mean, I've achieved the top thing I can achieve here.
She's always ahead of her time.
She really was. And the fact that she was just so confident within herself to go, I'm going to walk into this whole new thing, because these kids have been doing that since 9th grade. It wasn't like she just breezed in there and the pom girl's going to get, it was not, it was a little frowned upon on there too. So I just had so much respect for her at that age, saying, I'm going to leave the clique that I'm in.
It was a gutsy move.
It was a gutsy move, but I respect that. And I can't stress enough. Well, obviously, you have to trust your kids, right, and their instincts when they want to do something like that.
Sometimes they're wrong.
Sometimes they're wrong, but they also learn from their mistakes, which leads me into, my second aha thing. Okay. So I read this thing that this woman said that, like, this was the caption, that you don't want to waste suffering. That you never waste suffering. So I was like, So she said when she has a setback, she has what's called a setback list. And so she writes it down. So, for example, when something goes wrong or you've had a disappointment, a failure, a loss, it could be something huge. It could be something just like disappointing, right? But she writes it down on her setback list. But after she writes it down, she leaves 2 lines blank underneath it. And then a month later, she takes out the list. And on that first line, she writes, what did I learn from this? So what did she learn from that loss or that failure? Where are you right now a month later? And then 3 months later, she comes back and says, okay, what good came from this? And she said it is surprising when you go back and you start looking at your setback list, how many good things ultimately come from those disappointments, those failures, those losses.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's really brilliant. And it really made me stop and think about, when God didn't answer the prayer that we had, of the thing we wanted. And instead he gave us the thing we needed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is this too much for you? You're looking tired. You're glazed.
Deep.
Your eyes are glazing over.
It's a little bit deep for me. No. I think about it. Remember, for people that don't know,
this is the first time he's hearing this.
I purposely do not listen to anything that's going on before this because I like to hit it for me. So sometimes I have to kind of let it process.
Yeah. But I just need to know, am I making sense?
I think that there is no doubt, coming from my background of a lot of failure. Okay, you know this. If you play baseball, you fail a lot. And it's hard for kids to deal with that. But coming from that, you definitely learn positive things from failures. Definitely. I can talk about it in baseball sense, but we'll throw that away. Just in life sense.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I know we were just talking about how a lot of the Hollywood stars we don't love, and I can't remember which one was talking about this the other day, but he was actually saying, I just don't think we talk enough about failures because you don't learn anything from success, really, right?
Well, you can, but not as much as you learn from failures.
But to hit that level of success, whatever that is, how many failures did it take to get there, right? So it's the failures. It's failing, it's falling down, it's having a loss and getting back up again that teaches you those lessons that ultimately make you successful.
And if I can real quick for all our people out there, if you're one of those people that's been through a marriage that didn't go well and now you're in a second marriage, this is a great thing to think about because you have to learn why your first marriage failed. And it's never just one person.
No, yeah.
I mean, we can sit here and say that my ex-wife is off her rocker. There's no doubt, okay? But it wasn't just her fault. It was my fault too. And your ex-husband, was an alcoholic, as we talked about before, but you obviously had some things as well. So you learn from that. The first thing you learn from is don't marry an alcoholic and don't marry a psycho. But you know what I'm saying? Once you get there, though, you learn from things that happen. Through our marriage of 30 years, there is no doubt that things have come up. And I don't remember, people that don't know, I push a lot of things out of my mind, but something will pop up that maybe happened in my first marriage. And I'm not talking about something big, just something little.
You'll have a memory.
And I'll have a memory, and I'll just think to myself, wow, I'm so happy I'm married to this woman and not her because you handle it differently, and then I know how to handle it. And then we move on, and it's a small thing where before it was a huge thing. Does that make any sense?
Sure, yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. I was actually thinking, though, when this came up, I was thinking of some of our big failures or losses. And, one of them, I mean, you bring up the marriage thing, but even for us, we've told everybody on here, we've shared that we had a period of time where we separated and didn't think we were going to get back together and that it was going to work out. And I remember being really upset with God when that happened, because I felt like when all of that went down, I was as close. I felt like I was at my peak of spirituality. I was doing all the things right and checking all the boxes. And then, we had this thing happen in our life. And so it really took me back. And it took me probably, even after you came back home and we started working things out, I couldn't have 3 months later maybe have said what good came out of it. So sometimes when it's big, I think you have to come back a year later and go, okay, what good came out of it? Because I do think we came back stronger and better. And I mean, just so much better than we were before.
That's why so many people have to, nowadays it's like, oh, something went wrong. Let's get divorced. Okay, let's go. But if you fight through that, it'll make you stronger.
Yeah.
Now, there's some things you can't fight through. I mean, if there's abuse.
Sent you one of these the other day that this singer was saying, he was an athlete, and he was telling his guys on this podcast, they were asking him about relationships, and he goes, well, you just don't leave.
That's right.
Like he said, you're going to get sick of her sometimes. She's going to get sick of your face sometimes. He said, there's been times where I pack up all my stuff and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, where am I going? This is my house. This is where I live.
Right.
And he goes, and I go unpack. You don't leave. And that's exactly right. You work through it. And
don't give up.
Don't give up. But I was also thinking on another note, when you lost your job that time.
Oh, yeah.
When you lost your job, I just moved in with you. I had these 3 little kids and you suddenly have lost your job and you cannot find another job. Nobody will hire you. And I don't think in that first, if we had written that on the setback list, we were like, this is huge. There's nothing worse than this. We are in a really tough spot. But I don't even know that you had a job within a month. So,
oh, no, I didn't have a job within a month.
What did I learn from this? I don't think we could have written that down on the setback list.
I got fired in March or beginning of April, and I didn't start working again until August.
Yeah.
So I had that whole time where I was laying in the swimming pool.
And it wasn't like we had a savings account that we could fall back on.
My dad was sending me $25 a week.
No, he sent $100 a month. Yeah, $25 a week. But $100 a month.
$25 a week.
I was like, what are we supposed to do with this?
Hey, that's the way he felt. Instead of saying, here's money, he would say, here, get your butt out there and get a job. That's what he would do.
Exactly.
That's the way my dad took care of me. That's a perfect example.
Yeah. But anyway, that's another big one that it took us a while. But later we were like, wow, look what huge things came from that, setback.
It went from the worst thing to the best thing because the people I worked for were ridiculous over there. And then I ended up going with our man, Craig Humphreys, and that was great. And then the big fella, Larry Bastida, bought us.
Started a whole company.
Yeah, started a whole company. It's an amazing
around
story.
y'all's idea. So yeah, it was, and we've done a podcast. You need to go back and listen because it really is a cool situation. But to me, it's just, I don't know that we always, I thought this was a beautiful idea because we don't always go back and really ponder that. Like some of the biggest setbacks we have end up being the best thing for us, right? Yep. That God knew it wasn't what you wanted, but it's what you needed. Mm-hmm. And I think that's exactly right. You and I both came out of such terrible marriages, never going to get married again. And then God had us find each other, right? And
well, then the Traber charm took over.
Absolutely. And those legs, look how cute they are.
Oh my gosh, the legs.
So anyway, I loved that one.
Yeah, I like that.
I think we need to start a setback list. I'm hoping we won't have any more setbacks.
Yeah, no more setbacks. I don't want more setbacks.
But I loved the idea of that. And I do think that, yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
That some of the best things come from those failures.
Absolutely.
Okay, you ready for the last one?
One more, yeah, go ahead.
This one is not nearly as deep because I knew you'd be tired by the end.
I am pretty tired.
So, psychiatrists recognize a new personality type. I've self-diagnosed. I think this is what I am.
Really? What is it?
So, it's called an Otrovert. It's not an introvert. It's not an extrovert. It's an Otrovert.
Well, you're an introvert. I know that.
I'm really not, though. I used to take these when I had the company and we would do these personality deals. Yeah. I fell right in the middle, like right, literally in the middle between extrovert, introvert.
And this is what this is, an
objective,
Otrovert?
Subjective. So an Otrovert are people who love their own company, but also enjoy meaningful social moments. A balance between introversion and extroversion. They need to recharge alone, but they crave deep connection. So they're not antisocial. They're just selective with their energy.
So you're telling me that...
I think that's me.
You think you crave interaction with other people?
I like deep conversation. What I do not like is small talk. I do not like to go into places where there's...
That's why you don't answer me when I say things, because I do some small talk with you. And
I love talking with you. I'm talking about like going to a party. I don't love to go to social, like, you know me. I don't like to go to things where there's going to be a whole bunch of people. I like more small, intimate things where I can have a one-on-one conversation with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of family,
Yeah.
how many people do you talk to?
This is my point. But you'll say, let's go to dinner with so-and-so. And I love to do that. But if you say, hey, let's invite a bunch of people over to the house, I have a meltdown. I have a panic attack. I'm much better one-on-one, I feel like, than I am in a group setting. That's what I'm saying.
I think
I'm an Otrovert.
I think you might want to talk to a psychiatrist about that.
Oh my gosh.
Because listen to me.
What?
You're fine in a group setting. You just don't. It's like you're almost nervous to be in the group setting.
I do. I get anxiety about
you do.
that. I get anxiety about it.
So that's just something that you should get rid of. You know?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just do that then.
Good.
Thanks. Nice advice.
We do it tonight?
Just don't worry about it.
I don't like talking to a bunch of people.
You actually do. I think you get more uncomfortable in a one-on-one. Is that fair?
You make me nervous sometimes. I know that.
Will you have a serious conversation with me about this?
Jewel.
Oh my gosh.
My gosh. I don't know what I am. I'm certainly not an extrovert. I don't think I am.
I think when you were younger, you were definitely an extrovert.
You mean when I was like single
when I met
and
you.
stuff?
When I met you.
When you met me? Yeah. Well, I saw your fine little batute over there. You're looking beautiful.
I'm not talking about me. I'm saying you used to want to go out all the time. We would OU, Texas. We were always going out with large groups of people.
We used to do that, yeah. Now we don't do anything, and I'm happy about it.
Yeah. But I feel like you were much more extroverted when you were older. I think everybody younger.
Yeah.
I think everybody settles in when they get older, for sure.
Everybody's like that,
Yeah.
I think. There aren't a whole bunch of 64-year-olds running around out there going out and doing a lot of stuff.
But I'm just saying, I feel like this describes me.
Say it again.
An Otrovert.
Say what an Otrovert is.
People who love their own company, but also enjoy meaningful social moments. They're not antisocial. They're just selective with their energy.
You notice it starts out with basically that they're in love with themselves.
That is not what they're saying.
Read the first sentence.
They like their own company.
Yeah, that's in love with themselves.
That is not the same thing. That is, I can be alone and I'm totally fine with that.
Are you in love with yourself?
No.
Do you love yourself?
Sure.
Let's look in the mirror. And we love each other.
Daggone it, people like me.
People like me. No, I was just joking around, but no, I think that is close to you. I do. I think that I really do.
Here's the difference. Yeah. If it were reversed and I were the poker player and you had to just entertain yourself and hang out by yourself for 2 days straight, you would go insane.
I'd jump off the building.
You would go insane. You can't do it.
There's no doubt that you are an amazing. I said earlier today, you're an amazing woman.
You're not an Otrovert.
Well, what am I?
I think that you're
just a vert. I'm just a vert. I'm none of the other. I'm just a vert.
Oh, gosh.
I can be any one of them. I'm like a chameleon.
Or schizophrenic.
That's closer.
Which one?
All right.
A chameleon.
Schizovert is what I am.
Schizovert.
I like it. Schizovert.
There you go.
No, I like that. No, I agree with you. I do agree that that's you, though.
I do think it's me. You know, it's interesting because to recharge my battery, I have to be by myself.
Oh my
I need a little
gosh.
downtime.
I'm telling you, and you're good at that.
I need to charge.
AirPods in your.
I need to charge. I need to go for a walk.
You go around, get in the bedroom, put your AirPods on, and just start listening to everybody. I'm like, Jolie! And then you're like, why?
No.
You do need that. Yeah.
I do need that. And you charge your battery by interaction.
Sleeping.
And sleeping.
I
Interaction
love to sleep.
and sleeping.
I love to sleep. Well, listen, Jewel, I've been a little tired here the last 10 minutes or so, but you've been really good. I've been very loopy, and I apologize.
Well, thanks for hanging in there with me.
You did a really nice job.
Thank you. I can't reach.
By the way, you know who does a really nice job? Rob's Ranch.
They do more than a nice job.
Oh,
They're
my
changing
gosh.
lives.
Rob's Ranch, I just love them so much. Jeremy today, he's going to be at our fair, by the way. Rob's Ranch is going to be out there.
Put that on your calendars, April 14th.
April 14th.
If you can be there, we'd love to see you.
That's
It's going to be bigger and better this year.
That's right. We got more trucks, and we'll be doing our shows.
And more music.
Music. We've got some music for you this year now. It's going to be awesome. We're turning this thing into something pretty big. It really makes my heart feel good because it was my idea about 5 years ago during COVID, 6 years ago now. And the only person that thought that's interesting was you. Everybody else was like, yeah, okay, whatever, go ahead. And we had it, and it was big league. We only had like 4 trucks, but now what do we have? 19?
18.
18 trucks, and every type of food.
Yeah.
So,
but getting back to Jeremy, we're going to try to raise some money for them.
That's right.
At this fair.
That's right.
And get some donations in for them, because not only are they changing lives, you can donate to change lives. You can be a part of it too. And so we're going to try to do that, because if you think you can't afford it, they have scholarships.
That's right.
And they'll try to make this happen. So wherever you live, if you know someone who's suffering with addiction of any kind, call Rob's Ranch.
Let me tell you another one last thing too.
Yeah.
If you're nervous about bringing it, go to my Instagram at Jim Traber, and send me a private message and just tell me. I will hook you up with somebody. I guarantee you within 10 minutes, maybe 5, you will be talking to somebody who you need to talk to. More than likely, it'll be Jeremy Gray, which is just one of the greatest men ever. So robsranch.org. They're just incredible, and just so happy to be a part of it. Very small part, but I'm really happy. So, all right, Jewel, you sure did look good today too, by the way. Is that a new shirt?
Thanks. I got this in Tulsa.
Yeah, so that's new.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not what you just said. You said, I got it in Tulsa.
You said I shopped when I was in Tulsa, and so I got this in Tulsa.
We've been to Tulsa 100 times, so you said
this
I got it in Tulsa.
past weekend in Tulsa.
Thank you.
Yes.
That would have been much better.
Oh, gosh.
Really? Okay. Don't be getting on to me. All right. Anyway, you'd like to do that, wouldn't you? Just let me go. Next week, it'll be the Julie podcast. Anyway, thank you so much to our man Jay Pitts, doing a great job as usual. Don't forget about our YouTube channel. It is rolling. Subscribe. Julie and Jim Traber podcast, and like. Well, you better
it helps.
It. And it does. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you listen, but if you click like every time, that helps us.
Yeah. Let it go. Tell the people about it. We're growing and growing and growing and getting better, and we appreciate you all listening. So thank you so much. Thanks for listening to the Julie and Jim Traber podcast.